You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. You were drawn here, pulled here, called here, because something is about to happen in your life that will change everything. Not gradually, not over time, but suddenly, dramatically, completely. You are standing at the edge of a breakthrough so massive, so unexpected, so divinely orchestrated that when it arrives, you'll barely recognize your own life. This isn't motivation. This isn't inspiration. This is a declaration. You have been chosen for the next jackpot. A multiplied blessing is actively searching for you right now, and it's about to locate you. Listen to me carefully. What I'm about to tell you isn't theory. It isn't wishful thinking. It's spiritual truth that your soul already recognizes, even if your mind is trying to rationalize it away. You are marked, tagged, selected by the universe for an unprecedented wave of abundance, opportunity, and favor that will rewrite your entire reality. The jackpot I'm speaking about isn't just financial, though money will absolutely be part of it. This is about a quantum shift in your existence, a dimensional upgrade, a complete recalibration of your life trajectory that will make your past struggles look like preparation, your current season look like transition, and your future look like destiny fulfilled. Before we go any deeper, if you're feeling this truth resonating in your chest right now, if something inside you is saying, "Yes, this is for me," then do something powerful. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and comment below, "I am ready to receive." Not for the algorithm, though that helps this message reach other chosen ones. Do it as a spiritual declaration. Do it to anchor this energy. Do it to tell the universe you're no longer blocking your blessings. Now let's continue into what's really happening. You've been feeling something lately, haven't you? Something you can't quite put into words. It's not anxiety, though it has that anticipatory edge. It's not excitement, though there's energy there. It's deeper than emotion. It's knowing. It's a frequency in your chest that whispers, "Something is coming. Something big. Something mine." You've been experiencing moments where time feels different, where silence feels louder, where ordinary moments are suddenly charged with significance. You'll be doing something mundane, driving, showering, walking, and suddenly you're overwhelmed with a sensation that your life is about to shift in a way you cannot yet comprehend. That feeling, that's not anxiety. That's not your imagination running wild. That is prophetic knowing. That is your spirit recognizing what your mind hasn't seen yet. That is the frequency of imminent breakthrough vibrating through your entire being before the physical manifestation arrives. You are feeling your jackpot before you receive it. And that, chosen one, is one of the clearest signs that it's real. It's close, and it's specifically meant for you. Let me tell you something about how the universe operates when it's preparing someone for a major blessing. It doesn't announce it. It doesn't send a warning email. It doesn't give you a step-by-step timeline. It moves in silence. It works in the invisible. It orchestrates behind the scenes while you're just trying to survive another day. And then when everything is perfectly aligned, when every piece is precisely positioned, when you've been stretched and shaped and prepared to the exact measurement necessary, boom, the blessing drops, the door opens, the jackpot hits, and your life is never, ever the same. That's where you are right now, in the silence before the boom, in the invisible orchestration phase, in the divine setup period. Everything around you might look the same. Your bank account might look the same. Your circumstances might feel stagnant. But I'm telling you, that is the illusion. That is the surface. Underneath, behind the veil, in dimensions you cannot see with physical eyes. There is a massive rearrangement happening on your behalf. Opportunities are being moved into your path. Resources are being redirected toward you. People who will change your life are being positioned to meet you. Blessings that have your name on them are being released from spiritual holding patterns and are now in active transit toward your physical location. You are in what I call the corridor of probability. It's that rare space where destiny becomes inevitable, where what was promised becomes imminent, where spiritual truth begins its descent into material reality. Most people never recognize when they're in this corridor. They're so focused on what they can see that they miss what they can feel. But you're different. You're chosen. And part of being chosen means you have spiritual sensitivity. You feel shifts before they happen. You sense changes before they arrive. You know things before you have evidence. And right now, if you're honest with yourself, you know something is coming. Let's talk about what's been happening to you recently. The signs have been there, haven't they? Not loud, not obvious, but undeniable if you're paying attention. Maybe you've been seeing repeated numbers everywhere, on clocks, receipts, license plates, random screens, 111, 222, 333, 444. These aren't coincidences. They're cosmic confirmations. They're the universe's way of saying, you're on the right path. Stay ready. It's coming. Maybe you've been having dreams that feel more real than your waking life. Dreams where you're living in abundance. Dreams where your problems are solved. Dreams where you're finally free. Those aren't just dreams. Those are previews. Those are your consciousness visiting the reality that's being prepared for you. Maybe you've been experiencing unexpected small blessings, a refund you forgot about, a discount that showed up at the perfect time, someone paying for your coffee, a parking spot that opened right when you needed it. These seem small, insignificant even, but they're not. They're breadcrumbs. They're the universe testing your gratitude. They're small waves before the tsunami. They're the whisper before the shout. Pay attention to them. Celebrate them, because they're evidence that the flow of abundance toward you has already begun. The jackpot isn't coming. It's already in motion. It's already traveling toward you. You're just waiting for it to arrive at your location. And here's something crucial you need to understand about divine timing and why your jackpot is arriving now and not earlier. It's not because you weren't worthy before. It's not because the universe was punishing you. It's because you weren't ready before. Not in your character, not in your capacity, not in your consciousness. Think about everything you've been through over the last season of your life. The losses, the betrayals, the disappointments, the delays, the doors that closed in your face, the opportunities that fell through, the relationships that ended, the plans that collapsed. You thought those were setbacks. You thought those were punishments. You thought those were signs that you were cursed or forgotten or unworthy. But they weren't. They were preparation. They were expansion. They were the universe stretching your capacity so you could hold what's coming. You can't receive $1 million blessing with a $100 mindset. You can't walk through billion-dollar doors with broken person energy. You can't steward major abundance while still carrying victim consciousness. So the universe did what it always does before breakthrough. It broke you down so it could build you up. It stripped away everything that wasn't authentic, so only your true self remained. It removed everyone who couldn't go where you're going. It closed every door that led to a lesser version of your destiny. And now, after all that breaking, after all that pruning, after all that purging, you're standing here, changed, matured, stronger, wiser, more aligned, more grounded, more certain of who you are and whose you are. And that is why the jackpot is coming now. Because now you're ready. Now you can receive it without losing yourself. Now you can steward it without self-destructing. Now you can hold it without shrinking back into old patterns. The blessing was always meant for you, but you had to become the person who could sustain it. Let me be crystal clear about what I mean when I say jackpot, because this is bigger than what you're probably imagining. Yes, there will be a financial component. Money is absolutely part of this blessing. Whether it's a sudden contract, an unexpected check, an investment that pays off, an opportunity that multiplies your income, a legal settlement, an inheritance, a business breakthrough, a promotion, or something completely out of left field that you never saw coming. Money is coming. Multiplied money, abundant money, more than enough money. Money that doesn't just pay bills, but changes your life. Money that doesn't just relieve pressure, but creates options. Money that doesn't just meet needs, but fulfills dreams. But the jackpot is so much more than currency. It's a complete reality shift. It's the moment when the weight you've been carrying for years suddenly lifts and you can breathe fully for the first time in forever. It's when confusion becomes clarity and you finally see the path forward with perfect precision. It's when chaos becomes order and the scattered pieces of your life suddenly arrange themselves into a coherent picture. It's when scarcity becomes abundance and you realize you're not just surviving anymore, you're thriving. It's when doubt becomes certainty and you know beyond any question that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're meant to do, becoming exactly who you were created to become. The jackpot is your identity transformation being reflected in your material reality. It's becoming the person who attracts blessings naturally instead of chasing them desperately. It's shifting from someone who hopes for favor to someone who expects it, from someone who asks, "Why me?" in pain, to someone who declares, "Why not me?" in power. The jackpot is you stepping into the fullness of your chosen identity and watching the entire universe rearrange itself to match that frequency. And here's what most people miss about receiving major blessings. It's not about being perfect, it's about being ready. Ready doesn't mean flawless. Ready means aligned. Ready means you've done the inner work. Ready means you've healed enough to receive without sabotaging. Ready means you've released enough baggage to make room for new blessings. Ready means you've shifted your self-concept from "I'm struggling" to "I'm becoming." Ready means you've stopped shrinking to make others comfortable and started expanding into your full potential. You are ready. I don't know you personally, but I know this message found you, and that's not random. You didn't search for this. This searched for you. Your spirit called this information into your reality because you're at the exact frequency where this truth becomes activation. You're ready to receive, not because you're perfect, but because you're aligned. Not because you have it all together, but because you've surrendered, trying to control it all. Not because you're without struggles, but because you've learned to rise anyway. The universe chooses its jackpot winners very carefully, not based on who's the most religious, not based on who's been through the most, not based on who's worked the hardest. It chooses based on consciousness, based on frequency, based on who's become the energetic match for what they're asking for. And you, chosen one, have become that match. Maybe you don't feel like it. Maybe you still see your flaws, your mistakes, your limitations. But the universe doesn't see those. The universe sees your essence, your potential, your readiness, and it has marked you for breakthrough. Now let me tell you exactly how this blessing is going to arrive, because the delivery system is important. It's not going to be what you expect. It's not going to unfold the way you planned. It's not going to match the vision you've been holding. It's going to be better, more unexpected, more perfectly timed, more aligned with who you've become than who you used to be. The jackpot arrives in divine surprise. It comes through doors you didn't know existed. It comes through people you just met or haven't met yet. It comes through opportunities that seem too good to be true, but are actually just exactly right for you. It happens suddenly. One day you're struggling to make ends meet, and the next day a check arrives that changes everything. One day you're stuck in a dead-end situation, and the next day a door opens that leads to your destiny. One day you're alone in your struggle, and the next day the right people show up with exactly what you need. This is how divine timing works. Years of waiting can shift in a single moment. Decades of delay can be made up in one season. A lifetime of lack can be reversed in one encounter. And when it happens, you won't be surprised. Not really, because deep down, you'll have known it was coming. You'll remember this message. You'll remember that feeling you've been carrying. You'll remember the signs you've been seeing, and you'll say to yourself, I knew it. I felt it. I was chosen. That's how divine confirmation works. The blessing feels both shocking and familiar at the same time. Unexpected, but somehow exactly what your soul knew was coming. Let's talk about what's been happening in your life recently as the final preparation for this breakthrough. You've probably noticed that things have been different. Maybe relationships have been falling away. Maybe old patterns have been disrupted. Maybe you've been feeling restless in spaces that used to feel comfortable. Maybe you've been going through a period of intense isolation where it feels like you're being hidden, pruned, prepared in secret. That's not punishment. That's divine protection. The universe is removing you from environments and relationships that can't hold the version of you that's emerging. It's creating space for the new. It's clearing the runway for your takeoff. You might have been experiencing unusual resistance lately, more obstacles than usual, more challenges, more tests, more moments where you wanted to give up. That's not a sign that you're off track. That's a sign that you're right on track. Resistance always intensifies before breakthrough. Darkness always gets darker right before dawn. The storm always rages hardest right before it passes. What you're experiencing right now is the final push, the last test, the ultimate preparation before your life shifts into the reality you've been praying for, working toward, believing in, despite all evidence to the contrary. Your mindset has been shifting too, hasn't it? You're not the same person you were 6 months ago, not even the same person you were last month. Something inside you has fundamentally changed. You're no longer willing to settle. You're no longer accepting crumbs when you know you're meant for the full feast. You're no longer shrinking to fit into spaces that reject your expansion. You're no longer explaining yourself to people who refuse to understand you. You're no longer fighting for relationships, opportunities, or situations that don't fight for you. That shift, that's not bitterness. That's not giving up. That's elevation. That's you aligning with your true worth. And that alignment is what activates the jackpot. Because here's the spiritual truth that most people never grasp. Blessings don't come to those who beg. Blessings come to those who believe they're worthy of receiving them. The universe doesn't reward desperation. It rewards alignment. It rewards self-worth. It rewards the person who says, I'm ready, I'm worthy, and I'm open to receive everything that has my name on it. When you stop chasing and start attracting, when you stop proving and start being, when you stop questioning your worth and start embodying it. That's when the floodgates open. That's when multiplication happens. That's when the jackpot finds you. And it will find you. Not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Not because of your hustle, but because of your frequency. Not because you manipulated circumstances, but because you aligned with divine timing. The blessing that's coming to you has your name on it. It's been reserved for you. It's been held in spiritual escrow, waiting for the moment when you're fully ready to receive it, steward it, and multiply it. And that moment is now. I want you to visualize something with me. Close your eyes if you need to. Imagine the moment when your jackpot arrives. Really see it, feel it. You're going through your normal day, maybe stressed about bills, worried about the future, wondering when things will finally change. And then it happens. A phone call, an email, a conversation, a notification, an opportunity, an encounter. Something shifts. Information comes. A door opens. A blessing drops. And in that instant, everything changes. You feel it first in your body. Your heart races. Your hands shake. Your eyes widen. You read the message again to make sure you're not misunderstanding. You check the numbers twice to confirm they're real. And then it hits you. This is it. This is the breakthrough. This is the jackpot. This is what you've been waiting for, praying for, believing for, even when nothing around you confirmed it was possible. And in that moment, you're not just grateful. You're vindicated. Every person who doubted you was wrong. Every moment you doubted yourself was unnecessary. Every fear that whispered, "It's not coming," was a liar. Because here it is, right here, right now, real, tangible, undeniable. And then comes the wave of emotions. Relief that you don't have to struggle anymore. Gratitude that you held on when you wanted to give up. Joy that your faith wasn't foolish after all. Peace that your future is no longer uncertain. Confidence that if this blessing found you, then everything else you're believing for is also on its way. Freedom from the weight you've been carrying. Clarity about your purpose and path. Certainty that you are in fact chosen, favored, marked for divine abundance in every area of your life. That moment is coming. It's not years away. It's not even months away. It's close. Closer than you think. Closer than your doubt believes. Closer than your circumstances suggest. It's in your immediate future, positioned just ahead of you, waiting for the exact perfect moment to manifest. And when it does, you'll look back at this very moment, right now, reading these words, feeling this truth in your chest, and you'll remember. You'll remember that you knew. You'll remember that you felt it. You'll remember that something inside you recognized this message as confirmation of what your spirit already sensed. Now let's talk about the identity shift that makes you a magnet for this jackpot. Because receiving major blessings isn't just about being in the right place at the right time. It's about being the right person at the right frequency. And you've been becoming that person through everything you've endured. Every challenge taught you resilience. Every loss taught you detachment. Every betrayal taught you discernment. Every delay taught you patience. Every moment of isolation taught you self-sufficiency. Every season of lack taught you gratitude for small things, which prepares you to steward large things. You're no longer the person who questions their worth. You're no longer the person who compares themselves to others and comes up short. You're no longer the person who shrinks in rooms where they should expand. You're no longer the person who apologizes for taking up space. You're no longer the person who settles for less because they don't believe more is possible. That version of you is dead, gone, left behind in the seasons of preparation. And the version of you that's emerging, that's the version that attracts jackpots. That's the version that magnetizes miracles. That's the version that walks in favor, abundance, and divine alignment as a natural state of being. This is why the blessing is coming now. Not when you were still in victim consciousness. Not when you were still blaming others for your circumstances. Not when you were still waiting for someone to save you. But now, when you've stepped into your power. Now, when you've taken responsibility for your energy. Now, when you've become the person who creates change instead of waiting for it. The universe rewards that shift. God honors that growth. And the jackpot is the material manifestation of your internal transformation. Let me tell you something else about chosen ones that most spiritual content won't tell you. You're not chosen because you're better than others. You're chosen because you have a specific assignment that requires specific resources. The jackpot coming to you isn't just for you, it's for the people you're meant to impact. It's for the mission you're meant to fulfill. It's for the generational shift you're meant to create. It's for the legacy you're meant to leave. You're being blessed to be a blessing. You're being multiplied so you can multiply others. You're being elevated so you can lift others as you rise. This means the blessing coming to you isn't just about your comfort. It's about your calling. It's fuel for your purpose. It's resources for your assignment. It's provision for your mission. And because it's connected to something bigger than just your personal desires, it's guaranteed. It's not optional. It's not dependent on your perfection. It's part of the divine blueprint for your life, which means it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. And I'm telling you, based on everything you've been through, everything you've become, and everything I'm sensing in the spiritual atmosphere, when is now. The final phase before manifestation always looks like this. You've survived the breaking. You've endured the pruning. You've walked through the valley. You've climbed out of the pit. You've rebuilt after the collapse. You've healed from the hurt. You've released what was holding you back. And now, you're standing in a place of readiness that you've never experienced before. Not perfect readiness. Not, I have it all together, readiness. But I'm open, I'm aligned, and I'm ready to receive whatever is meant for me. Readiness. That's the frequency of manifestation. That's the consciousness that activates blessings. That's the energy that says to the universe, I'm no longer blocking my good. I'm no longer sabotaging my success. I'm no longer shrinking from my calling. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm open. And I'm claiming everything that has my name on it. When you reach that place internally, the external has no choice but to shift and match it. That's universal law. That's how spiritual physics works. That's why your jackpot isn't just possible, it's inevitable. So what do you do now? How do you position yourself for this blessing that's already in motion toward you? First, you stop blocking it with doubt. Stop saying, this sounds too good to be true. Stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. Stop preparing for disappointment. That energy repels blessings. Instead, start expecting miracles. Start looking for evidence of favor. Start celebrating small wins as confirmation of bigger ones coming. Start thanking the universe in advance for what you know is on its way. Gratitude before manifestation is the highest form of faith, and it accelerates delivery. Second, you clean up your receiving channels. Stop complaining about lack. Stop rehearsing your struggles. Stop bonding with people over mutual misery. That keeps you in the frequency of poverty. Instead, start speaking abundance. Start seeing yourself as already blessed. Start acting like someone who has a jackpot coming. Not fake it till you make it, but align your energy with the reality that's approaching. When you change your story, you change your reality. When you shift your words, you shift your world. When you embody the version of yourself who's already received the blessing, you collapse time and space between your current reality and your desired reality. Third, you stay ready, stay grateful, stay humble, stay open, stay aligned. Don't get complacent. Don't get distracted. Don't get derailed by temporary setbacks or last-minute obstacles. Those are just final tests to see if you're really ready. Stay in faith. Stay in expectation. Stay in alignment. Because the moment you drop your guard, the moment you sink back into doubt, the moment you return to old patterns, that's when you create delay. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because you're no longer matching the frequency of what you're asking for. The blessing is not going to come when you're perfect. It's going to come when you're ready. And ready simply means you're more focused on what's coming than what's been. More focused on who you're becoming than who you were. More focused on the promise than the problem. More focused on faith than fear. That's it. That's the whole secret. Stay in that energy and watch how fast your reality transforms. I want you to do something right now. Not tomorrow, not later. Right now. I want you to declare out loud, even if you're alone, even if it feels silly, even if doubt tries to stop you. I am ready to receive my jackpot. I am worthy of multiplied blessings. I am aligned with divine abundance. What is mine is finding me now. Say it. Mean it. Feel it. Because words have power. Declarations shift atmospheres. Your voice carries frequency. And when you speak alignment, you activate alignment. This isn't about manifesting through positive thinking. This is about anchoring spiritual truth in your physical reality through intentional declaration. This is about telling your subconscious, your spirit, and the universe that you're no longer available for lack, struggle, or limitation. You're only available for blessings, breakthrough, and abundance that matches who you've become. That declaration creates a vibrational shift that the universe has to respond to. It's law. It's how this works. And it's why I'm asking you to do it right now. Now let me tell you why this message found you specifically. It's not because you're one of millions watching random content. It's because at this exact moment in your life, your spirit sent out a frequency that said, I need confirmation. I need reassurance. I need to know that what I'm feeling is real and that my breakthrough is actually coming. And this message responded to that frequency. It found you because you're findable. You're on the right frequency. You're in the right consciousness. You're at the right level of readiness. Out of billions of people on this planet, millions of videos on this platform, thousands of messages being released every day, this one found you. That's not coincidence. That's divine orchestration. That's confirmation. That's the universe saying, yes, you're right. Yes, it's coming. Yes, you're chosen. Yes, your jackpot is real. It's close. And it has your name on it. Receive that confirmation. Let it settle into your spirit. Let it override every doubt. Let it silence every fear. Let it anchor your faith until the physical manifestation arrives. Your jackpot is not random luck. It's not chance. It's not hoping you'll be in the right place at the right time. It's destiny. It's alignment. It's divine favor responding to spiritual readiness. It's the universe rewarding your growth. It's God honoring your faith. It's the spiritual realm manifesting in the physical realm because you've become the person who can receive, steward, and multiply major blessings without losing yourself in the process. And here's the most powerful truth I can leave you with. The blessing isn't coming to you. The blessing is seeking you. It's hunting you down. It's tracking your frequency. It's locked onto your coordinates. It's moving through time and space right now to intersect with your life at the exact perfect moment. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to force it. You don't have to manipulate circumstances or people to make it happen. You just have to stay ready, stay open, stay aligned, and watch how fast it finds you. The next few weeks of your life are going to be unlike anything you've experienced before. You're going to witness the speed of divine timing. You're going to see doors open that were sealed shut. You're going to receive opportunities you didn't apply for. You're going to meet people who change your trajectory. You're going to experience favor that makes no logical sense. You're going to watch your circumstances shift in ways that prove there's a force moving on your behalf. And you're going to know, without question, that you are chosen, favored, and marked for abundance in every area of your life. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your time. Not next year, not someday. Now, right now, in this very season of your life. Everything you've been through has led to this. Every tear prepared you for this. Every loss positioned you for this. Every delay was actually divine timing orchestrating this. And now, it's here. The breakthrough is here. The jackpot is here. The multiplied blessing is here. Not arriving, not approaching. Here. In your immediate reality, waiting for you to recognize it, claim it, and walk into it with confidence. So, chosen one, get ready. Not anxious ready. Not desperate ready, but expectant ready. Joyful ready. Certain ready. Because what's coming is going to exceed your expectations. It's going to surpass your imagination. It's going to be better than what you asked for, because it's exactly what you've been prepared to receive. Your jackpot isn't a maybe, it's a guarantee. And you're going to look back at this moment, at this message, at this confirmation, and you're going to say, I knew it. I felt it. I was chosen. And my blessing found me exactly when it was supposed to. The wait is over. The preparation is complete. The blessing is released. And you, chosen one, are about to step into a reality that proves everything you believed, everything you endured, and everything you became was worth it. Your multiplied blessing is about to locate you. In fact, it already has. Welcome to your jackpot season. This is awakening flow, and your breakthrough just became inevitable.